Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy JohnMegacycle here. Another episode of Captain of Industry coming at you. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't like to use blueprints, but just as a preface for what we did last session, this is a blueprint that I designed two seasons ago with the help of Cobalt. And what you see right here? I'm actually starting this really weird. I haven't had my coffee yet. Bear with me, please. This is a gold to crude and a diesel to gold. Gold to crude, diesel to gold. What is the holdup? Something appears to be not doing a thing. Output full of medium. I find that hard to believe. Full of light. Full of fuel gas. The rubber's non-consequential. Full of hydrogen. Full of fuel gas. Okay. This is not flaring the way it should be. We have a little too much stuff here. What I could do with the fuel gas is I could just crack that into more hydrogen. Not crack, reform it. I could reform it into more hydrogen. And go from there. Let me talk about this real quick, because then I just realized I need to go get my coffee. I don't use blueprints when I start a new season. I've kind of organized my blueprints in such a way, Season 2, Season 3, and then some working stuff. But this is one blueprint that I worked on with Cobalt, and I also worked on a similar one with Mort. So thank you to both of those fine folk. And we designed this little bit of a setup to make it real easy, copy-pastable to get oil to diesel, and then selling it for gold, so I don't have to do any gold mining. That was kind of the idea behind that. I am going to go get my coffee, so I'll be back in just a second. Okay, coffee acquired. Whoops. I hit spacebar to resume time and stuttered. Okay. You good now? Great. Okay. So, back to this. I thought this would be a fun little system to get a little bit of stuff going on. And by stuff going on, I mean... Oh, hydrogen's also being burned as a fuel. Interesting. Yeah, I thought this would be a fun way for me to not have to mine any amount of... What about there's good? Any amount of gold. Gold isn't a bad process. The thing that I'm trying to avoid is wasting a ton of land. That's what I'm trying to actively kind of not bother with. This is steam. Okay, how do I... Yeah, like a mess. That's how this works. I could just grab this guy. Yep. And plug it in like that. What happened? There we go. CO2 is still being flared, which is fine. And hydrogen. Do you have extra hydrogen as well? Okay, so what I guess I am going to do is I'm gonna just let that guy get out of there. I'm gonna put us a chest right there. And this, it's like that. Maybe this forces me to start upgrading some of my fleet. My vehicle fleet. Like I said, realistically, this is a nice one-off. Maybe I just accrue some gold and shut it down. Who knows? I still haven't really decided what I want to do for... That's steam. Okay. And... This is hydrogen. This bottom one is fuel gas. Okay, yep. Cool. Hydrogen that comes here. This is just gonna go out. Right? Already out, so we're flaring the rest. That's probably fine. Okay. The thing I was trying to say is, like I said, if this doesn't work, that's fine. It's fine if this doesn't work. I could just pack it up and we're done. But if I can get it... I'm awake. Trust me. If I can net a little extra gold out of it, that would be awesome. Or a little extra diesel out of it, that'd be awesome. Okay, now it's jump-started again. You have 1 gold on you, which does not do me any good. Now, I did get this working fully yesterday or last session or whatever, so it is working. But I do want to see it really work. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I want to come at this from a different attack vector. Let's try from here. I think would be good. And we'll find out. Mining. Yeah. So let's do this. Let's make this really easy on us. No need to complicate. Okay, there's quite a bit of limestone still to be had. Fantastic. Other things that I'd like to get really better established is a way to get infinite iron and copper and coal and limestone and sand and all that stuff. That's going to really, really push into a lot of this sort of trading, yeah? But yeah, I wanted to see this on the Lark. Oh, we have a lot of hydrogen. Okay. The system's working. So that's good. How much hydrogen do we have? Still a crap ton. Okay, here's what I think that's going to happen right now. I'm going to throw a hydrogen fuel station or two around. How far does coal come into the... Sweet God. Okay, there's a lot of coal. That's the crux of the conversation. There's just a lot of coal. There's not really a safe zone, is there? I guess, there? Yeah, I guess. Hit me up with like 160 of that sweet business. And now we're gonna start doing the upgrade thing. Oh. Bless you. You alright? My dude's all sneezy. Okay. Excavator. Excavator. Yeah, start with that. Then I also want the tree harvester. And I also want the tree planter. Start with that, please. Thank you. I know that looks ugly. It's not a permanent thing. But it's just going to be there for now. This can look like... that should be fine. Okay. Again, we're not moving the entire fleet over. I just want to start scooting over a couple things, though. Maybe adding some hydrogen consumption will help. We got output. What's going on now? Oh, we're waiting for product. Oh. Oh, we finished. Oh, excellent. Do we have extra gold now? Or extra diesel? Yeah, we do. We got some extra diesel. We got some extra diesel. We got some extra diesel. How much gold? 3 hundo. Awesome. I need 110? I forgot already. 197. Cool. So there's our first full thing of thing. Ah. That's freaking good stuff. Oh, that depleted. Alright, so this is waste hydrogen, really. This should not be priority, and it isn't. What is this one? Oh, it's for burnables. Okay. Full. Yeah, we have plenty of burnables going on right now. So what I want to see is a full cycle. So how much gold do you have left? 104. Cool. That's working out great. Okay, what I want to see is a full cycle without my intervention just doing its thing. The only thing we've had to change is adding the hydrogen into the system to make sure we burn off a little bit. And it's not even burning off hydrogen, really. It's burning off the extra fuel gas. But it's giving us a nice little boost here and there. I like it. So I know this is going to be a little boring, but I need to observe what's going on. When I play games like this, that's kind of how I do the quote-unquote do the math. I'll do the rough math. Be like, okay, I need 6 of these, 4 of these, 2 of those, done. You know, with the quick math. But I also like to just sit here and just watch. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I still talk to folks. And they're like, I'm too dumb to play this game. I can't wrap my head around it. I'm too dumb. It's like, that's not the thing. What you should do is ramp up slowly. I break everything down into really like 3 phases. First phase is the prototype phase. And I just like, is this working at all? One ore harvester, 1 smelter, 1 refinery, 1 whatever it is. Just 1. That's it. I one it up real good. And then what I do is I'm like, okay, that works. Maybe some refinement now. And what I'll do is I'll be like, well, this is kind of lengthy, and this can be trimmed, and that can be trimmed, and this can be got, and whatever. And there's a little bit of room that can be removed and stuff and trimmed and whatever. The next phase is mass production. So then I'll go through and I'll be like, okay, now this is what I want. This produces about the speed I'm looking for. Now we're gonna go absolutely crazy, and then we're like, you know, that's it. So I need this 3 times more, 4 times more, 10 times more, whatever. That's kind of the idea behind it. So you're tapped, okay, and you just went. And that's really all there. That's really a lot of what this is. And then, like, you know, come back, I don't know, 10 years later in game or whatever, or 5 years later, however particular you want to be, and just have that conversation and be like, oh man, I needed to really tweak blah 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 or whatever. And that's kind of it. Like, it's not, these games aren't what I would say super difficult, but they do require your mind to be in a couple of places at the same time. But my overreaching argument, argument's a strong word, but that's kind of how I'm going to phrase it. My overreaching argument when talking to folks is you're not too dumb to play the game. You're not too dumb to play the game or anything. It's just when it really comes down to it, it's a different kind of puzzle game. It plays differently, and that's really what it is. So get in there, give it a try, right? Don't hesitate to pause the game and prototype for hours or whatever. Honestly, I really like doing that. I really like prototyping like that for a long time. That's a real fun part of the game for me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, this seems to be working all right. We've gone through at least 1 full cycle. 1 full drop-off pickup. We've gone 1 full cycle for it. I'm actually going to demote you. I'm going to demote you as well. And what I want here is a small change. I want this process to run constantly, and I also want that extra gold. Now, I think we checked a couple times. It's very early, and I'm tired. I don't remember. I could trade gold for bauxite, which I'm generally not interested in. This was all just for this process. If I can net a little hydrogen on the side, cool. I don't think this is going to be strong enough to power anything, like electrical-wise. Yeah, I don't think it's strong enough to power anything electrical-wise. So, yeah, here's the deal with this. It gets boofed. I don't like doing this with the balancers this high, but it happens. Do something like that. Actually, this hydrogen should be filling this. I don't know why I'm doing this all weird. Okay, I need you to priority that so the process gets go. Oh no, I just blocked it. Oh, nuts. Okay, that's what I want. And yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. Very awake. And every time I hit spacebar with OBS, it actually pauses the recording, which is fun. Okay, now do this. Now I'm gonna try something in OBS. Hold on. Okay, cool. I fixed it. Okay, so that fuels that process. This actually I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it like this. And pipe balancer. Over slightly? Let's work on that. Yeah. Okay, and then the primary function is to fuel the ships. That's the idea. That's the real crux behind that. So what are we waiting on? We have oil. We have oil. We're full oil. What's going on? Sour water is full because sulfur is full. Okay. I did want more byproduct stuff to be made, but now... Oh no, it's good. Is it because... Yeah. I knew it. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is that tweaking phase, right? Are we going to get it 100% on our first try? No. And that's the important thing to remember, is very rarely do you ever get something absolutely perfect on the first try. So as we're messing with it, there's little things that we need to change, little things that we got to tweak and whatever, and that's perfectly fine. Again, nothing at all wrong with that. How much gold you got? 310. Awesome. Yep, that's enough for another pull and a half, just about. Okay, we have ammonia for days. Yeah, I'm going to turn this down to 40. What I am going to do is... I'm going to pause some stuff here. I'm going to pause this. That's going to prevent oxygen from getting vented. And we'll vent nitrogen as needed. Yeah, I don't need more ammonia right now. We're actually a bit on top of the game about that whole thing. Fertilizer looks good. Saplings look bad. Little corn and wheat. Kids, stay tuned for the next adventures of Corn and Wheat. The latest crime-fighting action duo, Corn and Wheat. God. Yeah. Again... I am my silliest and just aloofiest when I'm just tired. It's not even like, oh, John's hitting the sauce again. I haven't. I don't. This is not. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I can't drink. So it's really just been a real. I'm just like tired. I'm giggly. I think somebody, a cat farted and woke itself up. I find that hilarious. Okay, everything's running. The main thing are going to be these first two distillation stages. This is going to be the canary in the coal mine to guarantee that nothing else is blocked up, right? That's the idea. That's a plan I have. So, like, anytime, yeah, we're full of sour water. Why are we full of sour water? Because we're full of ammonia. Okay. I could... Huh. Hold on. I can crack that crap for more hydrogen. In an electrolyzer. Okay. Alright. I don't see why I wouldn't do that. Sorry, nitrogen. I could have sworn at one time nitrogen was important for something. Like it is. It is for some of these chemical elemental processes, but I thought like at one time it was like really, really important for steel or something. I don't remember. I checked my earlier saves and I cannot prove such was ever the case. I checked the wiki, was unable to prove that was ever the case. It could have been just a weird fever dream. I wasn't feeling well and I woke up in the cold sweats and I'm like, nitrogen! It was nitrogen all along! Like just in a weird panic. I could see me doing that. I could see me doing that for real. Can you be stable for a second? That works for me. Cool. And build that. and build that. I have so much Unity to burn, I can't actually burn it any harder. So this is going to be priority output there. Anything extra, it's literally free hydrogen. Yeah. God, how much ammonia are we making? Oh, there was just probably a crap ton in the pipes. Yep. There we go. Now we're out. That was a lot of hydrogen for free, though. Like, I was going to set up more storage and stuff, and that would have been just annoying. Okay, you got your general allotment of gold. Yeah, this holds 250. The ship holds 750. I don't need another storage to hold another 400. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so we're not at the surplus stage yet. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. I want you to be, like, there. But we might have made this somewhat more neutral. What I need to see is this number change. Actually, I don't, because we're... Oh, I see what I did. Okay, hold on. What I want is... Hold on. You're getting the JMegs fresh this morning. My word. Oh, my Lanta. Okay, this looks like this now. So it always hits the bin, then it gets pumped out. So this number now is what has to change. Okay, that's better. Before it was just excess from this. If this feeds some vehicles, fantastic. But that's not the crux of that conversation. This is the crux of that conversation. But if this never changes... actually, this, like I said, this one right here is the key indicator as to what's going on. Okay. You definitely have enough for some... Yeah, 2 runs now. We can do 2 runs now of the gold. So it's going to get slightly better and better and better and better. Until we're just bam on, done, donezo, done deal. Meh. 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 It's a very apathetic... It's a very apathetic noise, isn't it? Meh. Okay, so the number fluctuates. That's good. Because it shows we're consuming what we're producing. Right? Yeah. So now a truck can come and bring me some stuff. I knew this wasn't going to net neutral the thing, so to speak. I knew it wasn't going to be like, yeah, perfectly even. But it did help a bit. I wish I could see how much this one guy produced or this one guy produced so I could say with confidence, hey, we kicked off like 700 more hydrogen than we would have. But anyway, we've watched this for a couple of cycles. This works pretty well, I think. I think I can leave it alone. So, never really have to produce gold. So that's a neat thing. We got room for sulfur. We got room for this. We got room for that. Let me do another limestone, please. I don't want to see if we can get to the tail end of that. It's going to be a while, but I'd like to see if we could. Let's see. That gets stopped. I can get going on. Yeah, sorry. My allergies are all over the place this morning. Generally what I do is I drink something real hot. Hot coffee is usually my go-to. I'm totally fine with hot tea, but like hot, almost to the point that it's too hot to drink. Almost. And then I drink it. That loosens up my sinuses pretty good. Also a super hot shower. Real nice. Did we finish all those upgrades already? Dang. That was cool. Okay, that's all the upgrades I'm going to be doing right now. Where did you come from? Sand? because this is available. Allow any vehicle to whatever. And then I put what... Oh, I didn't even build it. Damn it. Ah, I'm so good at video games. Video games. Video games. I told you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm good at video games. I can't even do my stupid little songs. Aw, I'm too tired. Okay. Yeah, hydrogen be a using, that's for sure. How is our pollution? Yeah, no ship pollution. Landfill is something that's just gonna be a thing for a while. I need to turn down the music a little bit. Sometimes the music is a little loud and sometimes it's a little quiet. I don't know really how to explain it with any level of real scientific technicality or whatever. Sometimes loud noises be loud, sometimes loud noises be quiet. Alright? Good enough. Okay. Right, I wanted to stare vacantly at some more of these trades. Sulfur to coal isn't really a good long-term solution, I don't think. I don't think this is gonna work for me. What else can I do for copper? Ugh. 499? Ugh, that's suck. Low supply of fuel gas. Is it the power plant? It's the power plant. Is anything jammed? No. It's all working. I think the problem is it just takes a while for the ship to go and come back. Maybe we just don't have enough corn at the ready because we got the wood. It doesn't seem like the corn is the problem. But seeing how quickly this fuel gas fluctuates is a little weird. Not gonna super worry about it right now. Okay, so copper would be great, iron would be great. Things like that would be very, very helpful to find trades for. I don't need crude at all. I was going to do food packs. I normally do food packs. There's nothing really here that's of help. I'm not doing any of the fishy stuff. I wanted to keep this, like I said, as vanilla as possible, aside from like the time dilation things. Let's look at iron. Vehicle parts, that's fine. What else can take vehicle parts? Quartz for sand? That's not terrible. It's not a bad thing that we can get multiple things going like that. I do actually have a blueprint for that, just to show. Because I did some of those trades in Season 3. I did vehicle parts to quartz, vehicle parts to iron. I figured out how much consumption I needed, and you can see right here. Let's go to the green. I'll paste it, you can really see it. This is very simple. Brings in this stuff, hammers out the parts, ships it. Again, I wanted it as compact as possible with these builds, just real tight. Get them, get the stuff, get going. I didn't really have enough room for a bus system. I don't know how much of that I want to do. Yeah, like I said, the real idea this season was going to be to like launch a rocket, but I don't know if that's the plan. I know soon I'm starting up a new season with Hat-Dat-Sat. There's just a lot going on in terms of what's going to be happening with this game and with me and stuff, so I wanted to give this a really solid pull. So we're going to be playing until, like, satisfaction, I think. You've seen me launch the rocket more times than not. So I'm not super worried about it. Oh, right, back to trades. Let's see here. Manufactured sand to dirt. Dirt to what? Dirt just takes us to fuel gas? Yeah, I'm not really interested in that. Both are very finite resources. Well, I have a dumb amount of dirt. That might not be terrible, actually. Fuel gas. That might be a nice hydrogen, extra hydrogen thing. Coal to quartz. Can I do coal? Was it sulfur to coal? Cement to coal, coal to quartz. Okay. The copper one is a little meh. I don't have infinite rock. I also don't have infinite dirt, but I'm taking the compost, mixing it with dirt, and that's how that's working. I'm not interested in bauxite. Realistically, yeah. I might have to set up some vehicle parts trades if I want to get, like, infinite stuff. Is there anything else I could do with oil or diesel or anything? Crude. No, I can't trade crude for anything. Diesel? No, we're already doing the diesel trade. The only thing I can think of is rubber. Because we're going to have plenty of that. Rubber makes wood, and then wood makes nothing else. Okay, so that doesn't... That line of logic doesn't help. We've already gone down food packs. Let's go down wheat. Let's go down meat. Let's go down veg. Let's go down corn. Snacks for corn. We have a low supply of corn? What? What? Oh, right, because I'm doing saplings, yeah. Good old corn and wheat. It's a little story I'll tell you about corn and wheat. I don't know why. Okay, what else in here would be a nice infinite loop? I keep saying infinite loop because that's what I'm looking for. That doesn't seem terrible. Actually, this doesn't seem too bad. So the trick is, I gotta make sure that I can make enough stuff that all these processes can feed themselves. This seems pretty decent. 1,500, yeah. That's where this gets kind of sketch, right? I want to do multiple of these trades, but the costs can't supersede each other. And maintenance is a problem. So I gotta make sure we're doing enough on maintenance as well. How much gold are we kicking? Hey, full to the gills. Awesome. I don't know, like 3 more trades and we'll have all the gold we need? That would be dope. Oh, I can trade fertilizer too. Hold on. Oh, for wheat or sugar. What? How much do you think that costs? The ammonia is not a problem. Do I make limestone again? Construction parts Mark II. Okay, let's see what else. Okay. I was really hoping I'd find a bunch of recipes that use the same thing. For vehicle parts, I have iron and I have quartz. Quartz turns into sand. That is absolutely helpful in long term, right? Like I said, hoping to get a lot of this sand knocked out. Sandstone. Oh, I'm very full. Shoot. Shoot. Yep, low supply of wheat, low supply of corn. That makes perfect sense why those are the 2 things we're going to be lacking. One thing I'm probably going to do is loop around eventually. Throw another farm. And that I'm full of dirt again. I'm full of dirt again. I don't know what to do here. I guess I'm going to do that hydrogen trade. I don't need more hydrogen. Man. There is an owl and a puppy having a bark battle. I forgot who I was talking to. And they're like, I'm like, my cats be barking. They're like, cats can't bark. I'm like, cats can definitely bark. Anything can bark. And they were like, prove it. I'm like, well, a cat meows, right? Meow. Meow. Real pitiful meow. A little lower. Meow. Lower. Meow. Like that. Just like, I got a very baritone pair of cats, whatever. Cool. But there's also the quick expletive. of a cat. You ever hear a cat do that? I have. It's adorable. Yeah, that's a cat barking. We're done with this. 54 light. How much is it to burn naphtha? Same amount, but we get more. Well, we don't get. Well, we do get more fuel gas this way. So that's neat, but that's not really something I need right now. I guess I'm just gonna pause you because the only reason I needed naphtha was for rubber, and I have rubber somewhere else. I'm making rubber accidentally. So I'm making a little less diesel, but I'm also making quite a bit of rubber. Because I think it's like 12 naphtha, and it's 24 rubber. It's something like that. That's exactly what it is. Noise, 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 noise. Yeah, so I'm gobbling up a very little amount of naphtha, making a bunch of rubbers. That also helps. We have surplus gold. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, so there's a puppy owl rap battle going on right now. Okay, so the idea behind this is we always have full crude right here ready to party. Don't bring me stuff. We have full ammonia. This diesel is probably always going to be empty as this passes. Yeah, you're full of gold. We have 96 surplus gold. So every time this cycle runs, I did the math, we're netting like 100. No, yeah, we're netting 100 extra gold. Yeah, we're netting 100 extra gold plus all those byproducts like rubber. Yeah, that's friggin' awesome. Can I get rid of my old petrochem? I'm gonna say a very firm no. This process is not enough to feed everybody, for sure. But what else do I need this for? I already have plastic because heavy. I'm not cracking heavy, I'm refining heavy. No, I'm cracking it to naphtha. Right, the naphtha and chlorine makes plastic. So I do need heavy or something. Some part of that process. This can spin for a bit. Oh, how did our water turn out? I did all that water shifting. Hey, it's on the up and up. Nice. It was like 50% before. That's probably enough tree saplings. So, corn and wheat. I'd like to leave all that alone and just build a sapling farm. That would be great. How many saplings am I consuming? 3, sometimes 6. Ooh. Jeez, oh my. High supply of graphite. Okay. We knew this day was going to come. I'm not going to infinitely store graphite. This gets shut off. This is supposed to vent CO2 in the case. Yes, this gets full. And then it gets vented real fast. Yep. And I don't care about that anymore. This is venting 120. Which is not quite enough. Iron has no available minings in its mining. Okay. Let's work on that. Yeah, we're making a dent of things, that's for sure. I do want gold storage, because what's going to happen is I'm going to pile drive through this right here, and there's gold there. Oh, we're actually making it to the end of the iron. That's actually really cool. Can we go like that? And can we go like... Yeah, this puppy or whatever barks literally all daytime. The whole time there is sunlight, it just loses its brisket, and I feel really bad about it. I can't control it. I can't. I mean, I'm assuming the folks at home are not at home. I'm assuming they went to work hours ago or something. Okay. This warning doesn't help. Thanks. Let's see here. Dirt to fuel gas. Can I move you? Oh no, hold on. Oh, I can. Oh. Sweet potato pie. Fantastic. Why'd it rotate? You know, rotate. Rotate? Rotate. Let's see here. What was I doing? Oh, it was something so profound. Minds would be exploded if I had any idea what I was talking. Oh yeah, fuel gas. Maybe for just a spell. Maybe for just a little bit of a time. I have so much hydrogen. I don't want to waste this dirt. How much dirt am I making? That's... Hold on. Maybe that'll give me a better idea of how much... Jeez, I'm making quite a bit of dirt. Yeah, consumption is wholesale to fertilizer and such. Which is totally fine. I feel like I just decommissioned this whole thing. But whatevers. Yeah, thanks. You do have a high supply of dirt. You do have a low supply of wheat that's going to get rectified pretty friggin' fast, I assures ya. I assures ya. It's all set. Excellent. Okay. Oh, big stretch. Go away, go away. Go away, go off. Thank you. Okay, that'll backfill some of that. I don't want more vehicles right now. We got gold, baby. This could just get shut off after we have full gold or whatever. So I'm gonna say notify a full. Actually, you know what I might do? Just so I really, really don't have to worry about gold ever again. Oh, it doesn't work that way. Okay, pause. And quick remove. I don't know where that went. Oh. Okay, I see where that went. That goes away. Oh. Sorry. Let's do this. I don't know what's going on anymore. Okay. There's that. Thank you. I think I would like to rearrange this slightly. Butt this up a little closer. Yeah. Why not? Perfect. Thank you. Yeah? Something like that? That might be too much. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna forget about it. Notify full, thanks. Low iron, low hydrogen. Okay, we're finally caught up with ourselves. What's going on here? You're full of CO2. That's a big problem. It's a big problem. Wait a minute. You're not getting vented. That's why that's a big old problem. Okay, so I need you to connect there, please. This goes away. Also, go away, go away, go away, go away. I'm just gonna use the Big'em Boy storage. Or the Big'em Boy pipe. Okay. That's all there. That's a priority out. This connected to something it wasn't supposed to, which is fun. What is this supposed to be? Nothing. Oh, I guess I could have left it be. Oh, that's where the old hydrogen was. Okay. It's fine. Okay. Now you... Right there. Right there. And not too much more Unity work, but just another moment. That looks like that. Okay. That should take care of that pretty friggin' well. And it does. Okay. Neat. Now running. Okay. Yeah, our productivity went to 0. That's why. Yeah, hydrogen. Yeah. Crash. Yeah, crash real hard. Okay. That should pick up real nicely now. Low supply of iron ore. What's going... Did I not do the thing? I did the thing. There's just a lot of dirt to be... Or, stone to be had. Low supply of wheat. I did not change it back from saps. Well, it actually had to go 2 cycles. Yeah, it has to go 2 cycles. So it was on a sapling thing when I changed it back to wheat. Then I had to go to another cycle of something else and then back to wheat. So that's why that was, yeah. That could be why that does the thing. Cool. That's a lot of gold. Also, I think I don't want this gold here. The storage. I don't think I want more errand storage. Errant? Also, this is dumb and weird. But this is really indicative of what I was talking about before, right? Like, I've already developed the thing. I'm happy with it. We let it percolate for a little bit, and it's like, you know what? There's some changes we can make. Go on in, make those changes. Change it until you're happy with it, right? It's kind of the idea. I reckon that's kinda the idea. Now, because this comes from the same storage, I don't need to splice or split. 200 every 60 is stupid crazy overkill. Storage here, I think, makes sense in case I've got to demand any, but since this is an output, meh. What's ultimately going to happen is we're going to just have enough gold, and that's going to be that. Yeah. I guess that's all I had to say about that. That's all it's going to be about that. How we doing? Holy crap, it jumped up so fast. Well, we are on speed 15. We're on speed 15, so that matters. Low supply of wood? Really? Yeah. See how I haven't been touching it this entire session? We've been playing for how long? 50 minutes. Alright, it's already been 50 minutes. It feels like it's been 10. So this is, again, like my argument. I need a little more tree land. Because that's friggin' unfortunate that I run out that fast. Y'all best not be dumping on each other. Okay, I thought I got that figured out and cleaned up and stuff, but I want to make sure. Okay. I think, honestly, 2 more layers, and that's going to be all the buffer I need for iron. Let's try something like that for a spell. I think we've got copper locked. I think we got that on lock. There's a very little more amount of sand I want. Then I can start sealing this all back up. Oh, it's gonna feel so good. Weird, but good. Oh, I know why wood is now shooting through the roof. Because I wasn't consuming coal for fuel gas because I wasn't making hydrogen. That's why, yeah. Yep. Oh man, I don't know how to explain it, but I do like just chilling and have a little coffee, chit-chatting with some folks. A little bit of Captain. Man, I can't think of a better morning. Maybe like a big breakfast would be nice. A real big breakfast. Just whatever you can think of, it's breakfast. Ham, eggs, some toast, an entire slice of lasagna, maybe a pan pizza with some anything that's not anchovies on it. Something like that. Yeah, that's breakfast. That's breakfast, baby. Okay. Have everyone work on that. We're going to be getting a lot of not iron ore, but that'll cap that out and I can start doing other stuff. So we're going to probably get some complaints about iron for a while. Looks like our lumber recovered. That's pretty cool. Is it iron and is it rock? Yes. Yes. Too much rock. A little too much slag. Oh, yeah, because we're well into old dumping zones, yep. So what's happening right now is we're going to get a lot of fluff when it comes to pollution because of landfill. We're actually hitting ourselves with landfill a couple of times. We generate waste and we dump it. That counts as landfill pollution. Landfill pollution sticks around for a while. How long? I don't quite recall. I think it's like 7 years or something. And during that 7 years, it eventually works itself down to nothing. As long as you don't disturb it again. So, we dump it, we get the hit. We dig it up again because I'm moving and making new land, we take the hit. If I come back and touch it again, we take the hit. So one of the things we could really do is we could compress it and store it. Then we could also just burn it. Burn it would be pretty devastating to air pollution. But I'll show you what we can do about that. Boop. There we go. We can burn it. Like I said, we can compress it. We can also use an incineration plant to generate exhaust. Exhaust is great because we could turn that into extra sulfur. Yeah, sulfur, CO2. So there's things we could do. We can use waste kind of to our advantage. Because also that extra sulfur would also produce extra CO2. The extra CO2 produces more graphite, and you get this neat little daisy chain of events. So that's kind of the idea behind it. I still want this to get done up. That's kind of my focus for right now. And then what we'll do is we'll probably push it back over to... What was I saying? Oh my god, I cannot pay attention. We'll move this probably back over to our farm area. I'd like to dedicate one farm to saplings. That would be the idea. And then once we do that, that can just really just do that forever. And we'll probably just buffer it with a bunch of other stuff like the green manure and all that. And just to make sure that it takes the full amount of time. I can't really... Oh, I can place one of these just to show what I'm talking about. This is construction paused. Yep, thanks. So none and none. So this would be saplings, 5 every 2. That's actually pretty alright. If we need to take longer, we can add another green manure or 2 to kind of moderate how it works. So there, 3.4. I think we were bouncing between 2 and 5. I think was kind of the thing. But yeah, that would be just a normal part of our farming repertoire. Ship low on fuel. How? Your hydrogen needs fuel. Not... Oh, freaking... Sorry. Sorry. Yep. 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 Yup, 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 yup. Yup, 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 yup. Yup, 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 yup. My bad. Sorry, mate. Yes, you were specifically waiting for me. Low supply of fruit. That's new. How much fruit are we consuming? I thought I did all the math on this. 15 on the fruit. Oh, I know what I did. 7.5, 6.9. We're very close to equilibrium there on fruit. I shut off a while ago food consumption reduction. That's why. This is great. 817 gold. Excellent. And like I said, this can all just get paused. We can terminate the contracts. I can clear out a lot of stuff. Did you guys all finish? Sweet. Sassy Molassy. Well done. Okay, one more fact check. I should not have to dig for that direction of iron anymore. For this, I wouldn't mind a little more of a corner there. Buys me some buffer. Okay, the next thing I also want to work on is copper. I think we're pretty safe in copper terms. But I want to be... I do not want to risk. So something like this should be just ducky. Just absolute ducky. That would be great. Thank you. Man, everything's kind of hitting some bad times right now, huh? We're still full of steel, though. So let's keep that in mind. We're still very full of steel. Ooh, is this actually overloading a bit? Huh, yeah. Trucks be busy. Trucks be busy. Ha. Ha. You're full of diesel? Hot dang. And yeah, this is excellent. I can't use I don't want to use any more. I can't use any more Unity. Oh man. That's still chunking away. This is all still doing this. Yeah. That's getting all landscapeified. Landscapeificated? Landscapeificated. Why not? Landscapeificated. Yeah, there's nothing for me to do. I'm just chilling. How much more iron do we have? Grand scheme. We have a bunch. We're not hurting for resources right now. We're doing pretty well on that. Actually, what is producing fruit? Is there anything that could use like a real decent boost? Because I could just turn you to 120. Oop. Yeah, that gives me another 1. That'll just make another little bit of accidental fuel gas, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's where we're at. Yeah, I think that'll work. Without doing any real math, I think that'll work. Low supply of limestone. Okay. Santa has no available designations. Oh, that's very cool. If true. Now, how much is in this wall right here? Very tiny, minuscule amounts. Can you get the rest of that? If you can get the rest of that, and that, because there's going to be spill-off. You see a little bit right there, a little bit there, a little bit there. Yeah, most of it's not even counted. But yeah, then we're going to move over here. Like I'm saying, we're gonna just... We're gonna come over here and push into this, and then just dump all the stoof. Dump all the stoof. Dump all the stoof. Okay. Yep, just like 3 or 4 more pulls, and that's it. I don't want to nickel and dime it, but like I said, I'm about to dump all this up, and I'm never gonna look at sand again. I'm definitely not gonna dig this all the way up for like 6 ounces of sand. Forget that noise. So yeah, you'll tell me whenever you're done, and then I'll shut you off. We'll redesignate, and then we'll go from there. What I wouldn't mind actually is this to get buttoned up a little bit better. Something. Oh, hold on. Yeah, something like that, please. It should be done pretty quick considering stone is right here. Oh, it's inside of a mining designation. It's not going to do anything. Never mind. Limestone needs more stuff. Limestone needs more stuff. There you go. Here we are. There you are. Thanks. Okay, just to button up this corner here a little bit. Okay, we still have our little salt pond. It's very cute. It's very, very cute. I've never played a more stable game. This is so weird. Okay, let's talk research. I have not made circuits yet. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. So I can't go down that road at all. Nothing there. I don't think I'm interested in offices. Greenhouse 2, electrolyzer 2. Oh, edicts. Let's do that. Let's get into some of this. That can tamp down, that can ramp up. I have one spare worker. Believe it or not, I have 1 spare worker. Wow. Actually. Yeah, all that can get paused. Ain't no need for it. I will need more housing. Well, to be fair, I could wait another session, this get full, and this get full of gold, and then I just shut all this off. The process is not really designed to be running for hydrogen. The idea of it is this is just a nice little side project. Now the only problem is what happens when I run out of the catalyst for rubber, right? So maybe I shouldn't have shut that whole thing down. We'll see. We'll get there when we get there. Sand is done. Sand is very, very done. Now come over here, please. That gets removed. I am done with that. Freaking crazy. Okay. And this looks like that. Yep. Just dump the whole thing. I want all this land back. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. In terms of dumping designation, actually, that can have at. Yep. That is going to take some time for sure. Okay. Are we tapped out here? It really looks like we're tapped out here. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Just do the rest of it. That's fine. High supply of dirt. Okay, well, I know how to fix this session. Can't wait to figure out next session how I fix all this. Oh, man. I guess what I am going to do is I'm going to build this up. And I'm just going to get rid of it for more hydrogen. It's another thing I'm just going to turn on once in a while just to purge out the dirt. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Dirt to fuel gas. It's 500 dirt for 1,000 fuel gas. Okay, so it's just an easy... It's a 1 to 2. It's super easy. Cargo docks. So it's going to be loose. Loose for the dirt. Or fluids. Was it 1,500 or I already forgot. It was double, right? Double. Yeah, we did it right. Double, double. And then... I need that guy. Low supply of steel. Okay. Now it's getting a little dangerous. Now it's getting a little dangerous. So here's what we're going to do. Work on that, please. I don't need limestone anymore because we're going to get it from accidental iron. Iron. Right there. Thanks. Okay, that should get our numbers back up there. Okay, what else is part of the docket for today? Oh, that got built. Oops. Oopsie doodles. Okay. I can't plug this in because of the height difference. Which is maybe fine. So we'll just do something like this. And some loose. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I mean, when I say rubbish, I mean certainly not a big deal. That can go like that. This is already technically balanced because it's coming out of a storage. There we go. Easy as that, yeah? Okay. This can get built. Okay. For fuel stuff, so you guessed it, we're just going to piggyback that hydrogen. And we are going to make a lot of hydrogen with the dirt I literally don't want to throw away. Height of 5? Height of 5. Okay, that was correct. Oh, I'm just out of materials. Okay. How you doing? You are going to do that, my friend. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't realize how out of steel I was. In a word, very. Very, very out of steel. Now, nothing's going to happen here because... yeah, nothing's going to happen here. I did not have a contract assigned or anything, so there's nothing to do. We're going to go ahead and pause this because I can't afford it, straight up. Straight up cannot afford. Do I have a lot of wood? I don't have any wood. Dang it, man. Here I'm so happy and confident, like, these swings are no big deal. Yeah, we're gonna do stuff, and it's gonna look good, and I'm on the high horse for a little bit. Yeah, so much lumber, I'm selling so much lumber, and then it goes... Yeah, it goes... That's all I have to say about that. That's all that has to be said, right? It's silly. I'm silly. You're silly. Everyone's silly. Okay, that's all established. I, again, have not... Oh, we're out of maintenance? Oh, because steel. Yep, steel. I'm out of lumber. Oh, God, limestone, no. And that makes me want to sneeze. Oh, I didn't make it fast enough, sorry. Oh, my word. Okay, please build. Please purge. Cool, thanks. Okay. Now iron can do its thing. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Sand has no designations. Excellent. So now all this can get walled off. Now you're going to come over here. And this is just going to be a mining designation, just like that. Just like that. Just like that. That should get all of that. Perfect. And then, dumping designation. Looks like that. Yeah. Now this slips up to 2. So we're going to do... something like that. Good deal. Good frickin' deal. High amount of recyclables pressed. That's fine. Get to it. I'm also going to shut off all this just to free up some workers. Yeah. We did get halfway through that tech, so that's good. It is good. I'm actually going to shut off sand. Yeah. I don't need sand for a good while. And get this all filled in and stuff. That'll be great. I'd like to rebound our maintenance if we could. That could just get paused. Your 30 workers that don't need to do nothing. I'd like to get our steel bounced back, and then I'll call us a session. It's just a little bit of waiting. We're up to 200 already. Awesome. I'm going to actually capitalize on that real quick here. Switch out. Thanks. Okay. Now I'm not going to touch anything. Yeah, we can't really go super, super long without steel. And research does require steel in the form of mech parts. Not a terrible amount, but still, like if I can trim up some of the consumption, all the better. We're out of iron again. Because are we full of limestone yet again? Okay. Thank goodness I have at least a little bit of a stash of parts. Yeah, I would like another... something like that. I guess I convinced myself that it was much more iron-rich, but it is definitely more limestone prevalent. Okay, we're gonna get to all this eventually, so I'm not really worried on the timetable. How much is left? Let's go down one more layer. Bubba-dubba-dub. Yeah, work on that, please. I can get nixed. Yeah, I thought there was more iron to be had. There isn't. It was just a crap ton of limestone. There we go. Yep. Just like that, we're back in the game. Yeah. Awesome. I was thinking of doubling up steel yet again. But if I do, realistically, I'd want to get some sort of fully saturated inbound iron that isn't, you know, like via trade. Something so I can make a crap ton of it on the fly. Probably sit here for like another 2 minutes or so, then wrap this up as a session, I think. Okay, well that's doing that. I need to start this fuel trade, so let's do that. As it stands right now, I don't need any of this room. I definitely don't need to ramp this up any. So I'm just going to do something like this. This is fuel gas. And you can take it if you need it. Ideally, I'd like 2 of these. You can take it if you need it. Don't touch. Awesome. Please build. Are you full of hydrogen fuel now? You are. Fantastic. Okay, we are going to grab that contract. Dirt to fuel gas, because I have so much dirt. I'm literally dumping it in the ocean. I'll look it up because I forgot what it looked like. That one, thanks. Sign a contract, dirt to fuel gas. Are we out of power? Whoa, we should have 15 megawatts, no problem. Huh, and then this is low on fuel gas. Because we're out of lumber. Oh no! The whole thing's crashing down. Oh no. You can unpause. Thanks. Get out of here. Okay. We're still low on steel, which is unfortunate. Nope. Rubbish, I say. Rubbish all the way, ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Rubbish all the way. How's that look? Nope. I like the supports to be the same. Where did I put this thing? Okay. I got a little lost. Okay. I think I'll work on cracking this down into hydrogen next session. But for now, got the Unity. Let's build this out. The brownouts are not ideal, that's for sure. Ah. I get what's going on. There we go. Okay. That'll cut through all that dirt. Again, is this a permanent solution? No. Oh, this is a nice start though, and it might just re-jump my power system. We're gonna do something like that. Get that built. Alright. Has steel recovered? That box is looking a lot better, I'll say that. I am actually going to call this recovered. Recovering. I mean, maintenance is back, so that's good. Let's get another screenshot. Oh, of our gold. So much gold. Gold reserves, that's what I'll call this one. Something like that. Anyway, thanks all for joining me. Really appreciate it. My name's JohnMegacycle, and I hope to catch you all next time.